I'm fighting against too many evidences. Everything tells you there's God. It takes more faith to be an atheist than it takes to be a believer in God. Is it internal evidence, or external, or environmental, or empirical, or eternal, or existential, or philosophical? All evidences overwhelm. Is it creation? You suppress the evidence to define an experience for yourself that has nothing to do with God's presence. God will let you go. He didn't program you to die because you forgot him. You can live without a memory of God, but your memorial is cast ahead of you and be remembered by all you have done. Something inside us is reminding us, telling us there's God. And we can choose to relate to it, that prompting, or relegate it, negotiate it, or negate it altogether and terminate it. We can hear and heed it, or we can hear and hide it. The prompting about God, something wants to work to make you forget God, is you still come to church. Oh, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. Who is the wicked? That understanding came to me some years ago. I've told some of us, I was praying, interceding for somebody, and I said, God, this is weakness. Human weakness. God said, shh, that's not weakness. So I kept quiet. He fell into this. This is terrible because it's not weakness. It is wickedness. Weakness is what overpowers you. You try your best, you can't be out of it. Wickedness is what you know you have power over. You submit to it. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. People forget God by will. When that man was saying, I will do this, I will do that, it was deliberate. I just want to do myself. Self-management. I don't need God in this. My common sense is enough. I'll put on my own bar, be the greater, bestow my goods. I'll say to my soul, it's I, me. Where is God? I don't need God for this common sense. You forget God. In your marriage, in your career, in your life, in your journey, in your admission, in a job, you forget God, you pay for it. It's easier for those who didn't know God, at the level you know God, to scale through. But you know God, how can you pretend you don't know him? The wicked, that's wickedness. To know what is required of you, and you chose to abandon that and do what you will to do. You can't forget God and still forge ahead and get what you want to get and get it right. You get it, but it's not right. You can't forget God and get it right. Atheistic notions, antagonistic notions against the notion of God. You know, this man was asked, what will you say when you die and eventually you meet the God you have always denied his existence? And now God now asks you, why did you not believe me? That popular, powerful thinker, atheist, Bertrand Russell, he replied to the person, I will tell him if he is, if he happens to be. I'll tell him if I face him that you did not give me enough evidence to believe you. What you need to believe God is inside you already. The invisible things of God are known by what you carry. You are a living evidence of the presence of God. This same man later quoted at his older age, I quote, one of the deepest longings of my heart is the longing for love, but I never found it. End of quote. He's gone now, he's dead, He died February 2nd, 1970. And do you think he found love eventually? And if he didn't, did he find love? Or will he find love where he has still been from that time till now? Because he's still alive somewhere. He has changed realms. Eternity has begun for him. Has he found love? Romans chapter 2 verse 14. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law written physically, they don't have the law, but they are a law unto themselves, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness that, hey, I'm here. The law of God is here inside you. And their thoughts, the meanwhile accusing them or else excusing them. In the day when God shall judge the secrets of men by Jesus Christ according to my gospel. You know, enlightenment thinkers have endeavored to push the figure of the devil out of Christian consciousness as a product of the fantasy of the Middle Ages, and likewise God and everything supernatural. And I think in my own understanding, the ultimate victory of the devil over your life is to make you believe it does not exist and there's no war in life. All there is just this kind of plain thing of relationships and all that, and just, get through success steps, philosophy of, and it's working. I made a post some years ago, August 11th, specifically 2022. And I titled it, Fools, Fanatics, and Wiser People. I was spurred to write that because